In this video, I'm showing you the best tool to properly value your business much faster and much more accurately than any other tool out there today. Forget having to send in your financial documents, spend an hour on the phone with somebody you don't really want to talk to, or get some wildly inaccurate generic answer from that typical free valuation calculator. This free tool does it all for you in under 10 minutes. And by the way, I'm Keegan, founder of Atlantic Coast, and we have valued now at least 1,000 businesses, and over that time, we built this incredible tool to help your business. There are three main reasons why we decided to make this valuation tool. One, most of the quick valuations or free online valuation calculators take three basic numbers and a simple multiple to give you a very, very rough estimate of what your business's actual value is. What good is that actually going to do for you? Two, a basic valuation over the phone with a broker generally gives you no real insight into how or why your business's value is what it is. And three, the broker's opinion of value, or BOVs, are often a complex document that purposefully confuses business owners, so you will re-engage with their firm. Also, they charge thousands of dollars for something they literally put into an app, and it spits out the information along with a bunch of what I call fluff text. So we made a truly free, confidential tool that gives you a much more accurate valuation range, but more importantly, it educates you on the driving forces behind the value, so you can truly understand your business's value and its sellability. I'm gonna run through the valuation tool really quickly with you. I'm not gonna go through every little detail of it. I'll leave that up to you. However, I just wanna give you a quick rundown of what it looks like, how it functions, why it's a good tool, and a good resource for you. So on the main screen, we have the valuation, our exit roadmap, our sellability test, the add back verifier, and the Learning Center. The Learning Center is great. It has like key terms, concepts, frequently asked questions. It helps really break everything down for you. So you go ahead and get into it. First up is the financial overview. So you can select your industry. You can see we've got a lot of industries in here. These are always updated quarterly. If your industry is not tied too specifically to any of these, you can just pick other and it'll do its best to find the most relevant industry category and multiple to put you in, but we'll just go ahead and pick one here. Let's do machine shops. Total revenue over the last 12 months, we'll put in 2 million. Net profit, $255,000. If you don't know the net profit, this kind of walks you through what to do. Next, talks about add backs. So this section will take you through what add backs are, how to identify them, what counts, what doesn't, what are negative add backs. So you just hit start add back wizard here at the bottom and it'll kind of walk you through that and help inflate your valuation and make it a little bit more accurate, or deflate it, I guess. So we'll just skip that for now. Inventory, you can say, no, I don't have inventory. Yes, I have an inventory. I'm not sure. I feel like you probably should be sure if you have inventory. So I'll just say yes. We'll do $15,000 worth of inventory. And next up is valuation modifiers. So these are things that are, from a buyer's perspective and from a lender's perspective, things that affect the valuation, right? Because there's always a valuation range. There's never like, hey, this is exactly what your business is worth. There's a range, and valuation modifiers help determine that range. And also, at the end of the day, like I tell everyone, the value of your business is really only worth what someone's willing to pay. But we'll jump into these real quick. So it'll walk you through like market conditions, risk profile, the business size, recurring revenue, growth trends, all things that we talk about in our full valuation video. So check that out. Customer concentration. Here's a DSCR snapshot. You can mess around with this page a little bit if you want, but this is just to give you a breakdown of like the overall force that determines what a maximum value somebody is willing to pay, right? So the DSCR is that debt service coverage ratio, and this helps explain that to you. So check it out. You can play with the default loan terms if you want, but this is a really good snapshot of helping you understand what this means and how it affects the value and the buyer's perspective. Valuation's ready. Again, this is just a quick rundown for you. It'll pop up, so it's going to give you an estimated range, give you the average valuation, so this is probably what you're going to expect to get from the business, a confidence level. So again, if we would have taken the time, done the add backs, taken our time going through the modifiers, confidence level would shoot up. Tells you baseline industry, inventory, total value. It's in market range, so it tells you if it's a fair assessment and if you're, in line with what other similar sized businesses in your industry are selling for. Gives you some insights, some overview, and then it can come down here and you can take the next step. So you can, talk to us about the exit roadmap program. You can schedule a call with us, download a summary, and you can go check out your sellability test, which I highly recommend. So that is kind of the second part of the valuation, right? How sellable is your business? We have the exit roadmap built in here. So this tells you a little bit about the exit roadmap program that we have for people who are planning to sell over the next 1 to 5 years and how that program works. We have the sellability tab. So the sellability, you know, there's the value of the business, and then there's also how sellable is it. So we call it the sellability test. Just like this calculator, you go through, answer questions, and it gives you a realistic idea of how sellable your business is, what that looks like from a buyer's and a lender's point of view, and things to expect like time on market, any kind of hurdles you're gonna have to jump through because of the sellability level you're at, and also how to improve, because we want to leave you with enough information to improve both the value and the sellability of your business. We have the Learning Center, which is key terms and concepts, and we also have the Ad Back Verifier. So this is important to understand, right, from a business perspective, knowing what are legitimate ad backs, questionable ad backs that are hit or miss, and if they're questionable, 8 out of 10 times, you know, the lender's gonna say, no, we're not adding that back, and unacceptable ad backs or negative ad backs. And then you can also visit our site, go to our resource center. We have lots of tools, tips, articles, other YouTube videos, LinkedIn posts. So make sure you check them out. You can check out the tool using the first link in the description. It's completely free. Go test it for yourself and let me know in the comments how you find it. And if you want to see the most effective ways to increase your business's value before selling, then click the video on the screen somewhere now to see a complete breakdown of that. See you in the next one. Peace.